Hello everyone! Welcome to this week's Norfolk Wizard Game React. We have reached player 4, who I think is called Parker. Parker something. I already forgot the last name because names are hard. I hope you all had a wonderful week. I had quite an eventful one myself. Working on a lot of real life stuff and also some cool YouTube things, which I won't get into too much, don't worry. We'll get into the video. In fact, let's get into the video right away before I start yapping for too long and like I sit here for 30 minutes making you guys wait. Let's begin. Wow. Still love this intro. The intro is so good. It's, oh my god. Every time. Every time.
Was that just a dream? Was that not real? Was that just in my head? That's just not how it feels. Was that really just a dream? No, that's not how it feels.
I actually have a question related to the intro for you guys. How many of you sing along to the intro? It's a very sing along kind of style. I absolutely adore it. It's so good. It puts you in the mood perfectly, and it's something that I want to accomplish as well. I want to get to that level. I wonder if we're gonna get another intro or if it's just right into Parker.
All right, let's rock.
All right.
Peter Knickerbocker.
No, it's Parker.
E10.
Parker Knickerbocker. You've not lived your whole life surrounded by ships and oceans. The hum of Norfolk, Virginia, is not as familiar to you as it may be to others. The large Navy ships always in dock. The skyscrapers never quite being worthy of their title. How would you describe your relationship with the city?
I would say the buildings, the blocks almost feel like shackles. Because while in a heartbeat I would drop my dreams to take care of my parents again, there is that resentment that's still there. And the city itself has come to take on that prison characteristic. It may have been my parents that pulled me here, but it feels like the city that's weighing me down like concrete shoes.
And it's that same weight that you woke up.
Speaking of shackles, his entire design like the turtleneck that he's wearing feels very constricting on his body, from what I can tell, which fits very well with the whole like shackles thing. That's pretty
This
cool.
morning, that same weight that followed you around on your daily business, that followed you around as the sun began to set, and has followed you here to the beginning of your shift at your parents' store, the Knickknackery. As the clock rapidly approaches the sterling time of 7 p.m., you respond to a supplication from your family to just watch after their store for a couple of hours so they can get some rest.
Makes sense.
Instantly, the familiar wafting of decaying things, of dust and tarnished brass fill your lungs.
Something that bothers me about the smell is the sense of slow decay. So many of the things arrayed here are American antiques, and America isn't old enough to have things that are properly old. Maybe there are some artifacts that are old enough to be properly old, but everything here feels like it's still in the process of dying.
What's the saying? It's like a saying of what's the word? What's the saying I'm thinking of? Americans think 100 years is long ago, and Europeans think 100 miles is a long distance. Something like that. Something like that.
And there's no exception for the human occupant. At the desk, you see, in an old smoking jacket, the rotund form of your aging father, who usually would greet
I
you with
see.
alacrity, with charm, with a smile, but right now is snoring rather loudly.
So Parker seems to be like a person who feels not just trapped by the city, but trapped by convention, by social convention. In the sense of like, just from what I get here, right? He strikes me as the kind of person who is very, very prim and proper, and like will be wonderful and like, you know, do everything for the people around them, but is also probably under a lot of stress and strain because of it. And that could manifest in a few ways. My thoughts would be it could become like a supervillain story where like, you know, it's like the big evil is actually Parker. Boom, boom, boom. Plot twist. It could also be that Parker just breaks under the pressure and like snaps in some way, or that he just like resigns himself to it. That's also quite possible. Or runs away. That's also possible. Quite a lot you can do with this. I like the setup. I think Frederick Knudsen is one of the writers on HTTP, so it does make sense that this like setup is has like a lot of potential.
And if you're wondering what that sounds like, it sounds like this.
I'll walk over to him and hold his nose closed.
And you see blue eyes bolt awake, bulging with veins, and they look over at you and say, by God, Parker! Don't do that to me while I'm sleeping.
You really are going full Orson Welles with this.
Why not?
You really are.
You're the one who asked me to come in.
I did.
Orson Welles, one of the final things he did in his life was voice act in a Transformers movie, like the Transformers movie, the old one. He is the voice of what's the planet guy's name? Is it Ultron? I think it's Ultron. Like that's Orson Welles.
asked you to come in, but not to
Which is
suffocate me.
wild.
I was having the most sumptuous dream, Parker. I
Mm-hmm.
was on a water slide made entirely out of beef jerky.
Oh,
How you have dreams like that in a place like this is
a meat
maddening.
slide.
Well, it's easy.
Maybe it's related to Sybil's dreams, considering they're also all meat. Bit of a different type, but, you know.
Already surrounded by so much salt and aged meat and the leather. Ugh, but it was a good dream, Parker. It was a good dream.
Well, you can continue it. Go rest, Dad. I've got this.
Very well. I would like to just let you know we're going to be having a rather important customer come in, which is the only reason I called
Okay.
you this late. I'd see to it myself, but
Really?
I've got this surgery tomorrow, and
What kind of store is this? I don't know if I picked up on that. But then, let's keep going. They might mention
kids
it.
walking in and stealing stuff.
well, we make an exception. This person's come all the way from, I don't know, he says he's European. But he's got an interest
Okay,
in a
but
few
is he gay or European?
objects. I'd ask if you could just make sure that you give him a decent tour around the place. I do hate to bring this upon you. I mean, I
No, Dad, it's fine. It's
All
fine.
right, all right. You said it's fine. You're starting to boil my cackles. Oh, you'll handle it, Parker. You always do.
I always do.
But you just need to understand. You're still. To me, I look at you and I see a babe in diapers still. And he puts a giant, meaty, clubbed hand on your shoulder. It weighs on you like a large log.
I like the sound effects here.
What a beautiful. Holy fuck, I'm so out of it.
Oh, that was...
I'll be upstairs if anything gets too much, if things set fire, if the man gives you
I
trouble.
will, Dad, I will.
You better be sure to holler for me, because you know I make time
I
for
will. I will.
you. All right. Oh, it really was a delightful dream. Those sausages. And he wanders upstairs. Back way, talking about roasted meats.
Yeah.
I do like me some sausages, honestly. Sausages are quite nice. I really like black pudding, especially.
Another sausage dream.
Your father's been having a lot of those lately.
I
don't know. Maybe it means he's in good health.
Maybe it's Freudian.
What?
What does that mean?
Don't worry about it.
Yeah,
All
don't worry
right.
about it.
So, you find yourself alone in the empty antique store. Well, not quite empty.
Oh, it's an
Your
antique
companions
store.
are all
Ooh, do you guys think they have any sorcerer's objects? That'd be fun.
around you. Ventriloquist dolls hanging on ancient dressers. Furniture that might as well be from the Roman Empire with how aged it is. Sure, America doesn't have a lot of history, but it doesn't exactly make it adverse to partaking in the history of others.
On the contrary, sometimes American objects have a specific sort of life to them.
Is there an object like that here?
I don't know about like the specific sort of life thing, but I do actually think that American objects can absolutely have as much history as European objects. You just need to look beyond the colonization as well. Like a lot of Native American stuff out there, including like you know, Aztec, Mayan, Toltec, that kind of stuff, is fascinating and really, really interesting. In fact, I actually love like Aztec and Mayan stylings and culture. I think they're beautiful for one, but also just really fascinating because it's a culture that's completely disconnected from like Eurasia and Africa, meaning you don't get a lot of influences from those three continents, which is very different to a lot of like quote unquote conventional history, right? Like if you go to China, you get influences from the Mongolians. If you go to Europe, you get influences from well the Mongolians. If you go to the Middle East, you get influences from well, the Mongolian. Okay, look. This wasn't meant to be a Mongolians conquer everything joke, but it just ended up being that.
Ooh, you know what? There is an ornate mirror that was clearly meant to mimic some European designs, but didn't quite get there.
Baroque, probably.
That's one that I like looking at. Sometimes I'll look at it and try to spot any new wrinkles to mark the passage of time.
And it's there for you.
I don't think Parker's age was mentioned, but he feels like the kind of guy in like his late 20s kind of deal. Maybe early 30s. I could see early 30s.
In fact, its position makes you question how your dad got any sleep, because it's glaring straight at you, and you see the whole of your persona reflected back, wrinkles and all. And I'd like to take this opportunity, Parker, to ask you, could you please describe yourself?
Parker is a lean fellow, a little bit wiry, certainly not a strong fellow. His thin legs have relatively tight-fitting jeans on them, and he has a turtleneck that goes all the way up just underneath his chin, and sleeves that wrap what seem to be concerningly tightly around his wrists, like they're restraining
This is what I was
him.
talking about.
He has what appear to be calm eyes, a long face. His eyes seem sleepy at first, but there's an intensity behind them, behind that tiredness and that weariness. Oh, and of course, his round glasses. When you look at him from the side, his eyes seem tired, but when his eyes are magnified by his glasses, he seems very intense.
You seem like the kind of person that could really use a masseuse.
Yeah. And a drink. Never quite gotten to drinking, but always considered it.
Well, if there's one thing...
Parker goes to masseuse. They try to like loosen up the knots, you know, like in the muscles, and they just like spring back like like actual like springs. Pow!
you can pick up right now. It's that habit. Your father's left a nice whiskey decanter on the desk. Clearly had been sampling it.
Weighing the decision. Oh, I have someone coming in. Maybe I need to be on my best behavior, and then I realize no matter who this is, no matter what they could be offering, there is no way that the result of this conversation is going to change my station. I pour out a shot glass, and
That's a
I
tough
just
one.
throw it back.
You throw it back, the accurate
That sort of inevitability of time, the sense of approaching dread at the fact that you aren't going to complete whatever you want to set out on. Seems to be like a big team with Parker. I mean, it does make sense. I'm pretty sure his sphere will be time, considering the art above him. But yeah, that does make a lot of sense.
hits your throat like a fastly falling elevator. It tumbles upon rocks like a man falling from the side of Mount Fuji.
What?
Why don't you go ahead and make me a
Because it must be
stamina
Japanese
check?
whiskey.
What that is essentially you'd be rolling your stamina. In
Okay.
your case, I believe your stamina is 2.
Okay.
And 6s are successes. This is just to see how you fare with the alcohol.
Okay. 3 and a 5.
No successes. You're not drunk at all.
Hmm.
No one, not even you, could possibly get drunk on a single shot of whiskey. But it doesn't sit right with you, and you kind of instantly sort of regret it. It feels like there's a small war being waged, and you're in.
When you're not used to drinking whiskey and you just down it, it really burns your throat, I find. It's very unpleasant. Because it lingers in like this sort of acid sort of way, which is very, very unfun. One of the few things actually I really liked, well, few things. One of the things I enjoyed about being a bartender was not so much like the fact that I worked with alcohol, but rather that I made alcohol taste good, which is maybe weird, but like. In my bartending job, I really enjoyed just putting together like drinks and figuring out like what do people like, what do people dislike, that kind of stuff. Obviously, I tasted because, I mean, you kind of need to know what things taste like, but that's different from foodie consuming, you know.
Intestines and, it didn't take so good. So pushing the whiskey to the side for a moment, here among these faded glories, you find yourself sitting and sitting and sitting,
Get a montage.
waiting for the other shoe to drop. And it's at that time that the door shoots open like a cannonball as the bell at the top rings, shaking you awake. And you see, waltzing in is a man dressed ostentatiously. And he still looks like shit. You see this tailored, immaculate white suit. He's got impressive sunglasses, rings bejeweling every finger, and a big old white hat. He looks
he a rapper?
less like a man who's kind of come in wearing top-of-the-line stuff, and more like someone who's recently robbed a rather ostentatious hand-me-down store.
Okay.
Like a Goodwill for the elite. But regardless of his personal visage, he makes the first move in speaking to you. Well, they told me this was a small store, but it's...
This is a maid. Like, just the vibe. This is 100% a maid. I'm gonna guess. Which of the seven which of the seven traditions would he be? Definitely not Verbena. He's not disciplined enough for the Akashics. Maybe a Hermetic. I could see a Hermetic. Especially in the antique store. Hermetics do like that sort of thing. They do love their British museums.
Not exactly what I was expecting. I kinda thought even still it'd be a little roomier.
Oh,
We
you know, it
find
could also
places
be,
to store things.
The cost of
engineer.
storage out here, it's gonna be a lot.
The other version.
You'd have to ask my dad about the specific financials, but, more than we'd like, less than it could be.
You're not Humphrey?
No, I'm his son. He has entrusted me with dealing with you tonight.
Oh, well, I guess he must have had a pretty good reason to delegate me. He walks up to you with a confident swagger, his boots making a sharp dig into the floor as he moves forward. He gives a bejeweled hand to you. Cyrus.
Sorry, I'm gonna go back and like play this again really quickly, but I just noticed something that I want to point out that I think is actually really cool. It's not as obvious now that I've paused it, but there's actually a lot of film grain going on. Was that from the beginning? Oh, excuse me. Was that from the beginning? Let's see.
The sense of
It was. I don't know if that was the case for the other three. At least I didn't notice the film grain. If this is a specific thing to Parker, very fitting, because obviously he's sitting in between all kinds of antiques. Having the actual extra like film grain and noise is very, very fitting. Okay, let's continue. Sorry about that.
You with a confident swagger, his boots making a sharp dig into the floor as he moves forward. He gives a bejeweled hand to you. Cyrus Carling.
Parker Knickerbocker. And
Bond. James Bond. Call a Bondulance.
if I may say, I do not believe that you have been delegated. Rather, I think I may be his secret weapon.
You're a secret weapon. Are we at war?
Fire the missiles!
I'm only exaggerating. I have some experience in archaeology.
Oh, you're an archaeologist. That makes sense. I'm actually something of an archaeologist myself.
Really?
That's right.
So Parker at this point, like, he can't help just sort of continuing to eye his clothing. Can he tell anything about the specific clothing, like where it's from? Certainly, like, I'm looking for a pattern in the...
Sorry, really quickly. With the war comment, I'm just thinking about these two just playing Red Alert 3 for some reason. I feel like I feel like he'd fit right in, right? He'd be played by, oh, what actor would he be played by? I don't know, but Tim Curry would fit in right next to this guy.
Clothing.
I'll let you give me a intelligence etiquette check.
Okay.
Sure.
Difficulty 8.
Okay.
So this means that your difficulty number is now 8.
That is
Oh!
1 critical failure, but 2 successes.
That's
So
correct.
I got 1.
You got 1 success. With your 1 success, yeah, I mean, like, you're able to tell some of this actually is designer pretty objectively, but the years are mismatched. Like, this designer suit was clearly manufactured sometime in the 90s and kind of probably got passed down between a couple of owners. He looks like a man building his outfit in accordance to the Macklemore school of thought. He looks very Novo rich, let's say.
Right. Do I recognize where he could have bought any of this? Specifically, he would have knowledge of other stores in town.
Yeah, actually, there is one store that he could have bought some of this ensemble from. Not the clothes, but the rings.
Okay.
Madame Juilliard's Jewelry.
Okay.
It's just a kind of local-owned jewelry exchange. They sometimes work with your father. They're not super-duper prestigious, but you might have recognized one of the rings in the windowsill.
So,
Okay.
here's what I'm going to do with that knowledge.
Mm-hmm.
Since you're here, before we get to specific business, would you like to take a look around? And I will specifically guide him toward some of the antique jewelry that we have.
Oh, are you kidding me? I've got nothing but time. Let's go. Show me around, kid. I'll tell you all about, whatever. And you can show me all of, whatever.
Interesting.
I will sort of take him over to the jewelry section, and
This guy seems really sleazy, but I'd like to think. So, okay, there's kind of 2 scenarios in my mind with this guy. Either Parker and him are just gonna fist fight, or they're gonna be best of friends. There's like no in between, I feel like. Like, are they either gonna hate each other or they're gonna love each other?
give him a little bit of background on each of the little bits of jewelry that we have. Parker does have quite the memory, so he learns about all of the jewelry. This is something that his parents didn't do very much, but something that he introduced when he came in. The profits started increasing because he was able to tell the stories of all of the objects. Sometimes he would add a little bit of a flourish to the histories of these objects, but they would mostly be grounded in reality. Or
people like stories. It's fun to tell stories. It's honestly, in a lot of ways, the thing that makes us human, telling stories. Because even back in Paleolithic times, you'd be sitting around the campfire talking about the hunt, or perhaps the gods, or something along those lines. It's something that brings people together, and I think telling stories like that is fantastic and really interesting. And I absolutely love it. It's so cool to me that humanity just is very creative. I know we do a lot of bad things too. Like, humans do a lot of bad things, but if there's one thing I really love about humanity, it's the fact that we create and we build, and we share just for the love of creation, just the fact that we put stuff out there to exist for, in the universe's span of time, a limited amount of time, but nonetheless, I think it's nice. I think it's very nice.
could have been real, plausibly.
One of the rings that you've shown him does actually seem to grasp his attention. It is a gold and silver ring with a large inlaid ruby. Now that looks impressive. Can I take a look at that?
Of course. What I will do is I won't hand it to him. I will present it in front of his face so he can take a closer look. I don't want him just grabbing at it.
He leans in and he takes a close look. He actually puts his hands to his sunglasses and he twists the lens.
Interesting.
All right. I mean, it's impressive, but it's, run-of-the-mill sort of thing.
I suspect you are a bit more discerning than that, sir.
Oh, I'm a very discerning fellow.
This
I'm sure you
ruby
are.
was worn by one of the families that first came to America. It was from a German family who took their wagons and rode west, and then their descendants
A
during the
German
mid-1800s came back. We have a couple of books on the jewelry that they brought with them.
An early family of Germans. Would that actually be realistic? Because, like, obviously everybody knows about the Puritans, like Jamestown, all that stuff. So there were a lot of German immigrants throughout the 19th century, especially because of all the wars and all that stuff going on. And only after World War One was a lot of that German heritage hidden, because during World War One, because the US and the UK and all that stuff were at war with the Germans, everybody did a bit of a name change. I do wonder, like, 16th century, like, obviously there was immigration back then. It's just, I wonder if there's any records of, like, early German colonists in America.
All
I
right.
need to look that up sometime.
Now, here's the part where I ask you.
Okay.
Is that even remotely true?
So I'm going to say it was true that it was brought over. However, it's not clear if this made the trek there and back. It could have, but it also probably was left behind in New England.
Right.
Well, I'll be nice and I'll say, give me a manipulation subterfuge.
Okay.
Difficulty 6.
Okay. Oh,
Ooh.
dear.
Well, here's the good news.
Okay.
That is not a botch, which is a critical fail. A botch only occurs if
zero
you
successes?
happen to not get any successes, but you still rolled ones.
I see.
So it's not the worst it could be. But still, that's no successes. This guy takes a look at you and he gets this wire-wide smile. And he flashes his yellow-ed teeth. So this is a guaranteed relic from the Mayflower Society types, right?
Not necessarily the Mayflower, but one of the early families.
Right, the early families. Except for, here's the onion. There's no way that jewel was cut any more recently than the 70s. And trust me, I know. So maybe the ring was. But come on. You can't fast sell me. I appreciate the effort, though. I think you're good.
Parker, at this point, just kind of... He crumples in on himself a little bit.
Aw.
Oh, kid.
He wraps a serpentine arm around you.
Yeah.
Don't look so sour. Listen, it's the grind that gets you, right? It's the effort. I like it. I like a little bit of a hustle. Now, let me tell you something. Or rather, I'll let you tell me something. You said that you're something of a, archaeologist?
To be honest, American artifacts, well, recent American artifacts, immigrant artifacts are not my specialty.
Oh.
Well, what's your realm of expertise, senor?
Anything old enough to have completely lost its odor. Specifically, I found myself interested in what few remaining Native American artifacts there are,
Maybe lost
and some Egyptology.
Now this.
I mean, Egyptology is very interesting. Native American artifacts are also very interesting. There's a really good YouTuber called Milo who has some, like, really cool stuff on, like, the different mounds out in America. Like, I think he has one about the Serpent Mound, I think. You'd need to look that up. Pretty cool, like, site.
There's a good man. Listen, we need more people digging through those dirt. Let me tell you something. I've been everywhere, right? I've been in Helsinki. I've been in Osaka. I've been everywhere in the world. Those are essentially the only 2 places in the world, and I've been in both. So, listen.
Hey, everyone knows there's only one place in the world, and it's Norfolk. Wherever you go, it's always Norfolk. Norfolk, Virginia, Norfolk, UK, Norfolk, Tanzania, Norfolk, Russia, and of course, my favorite, Norfolk, Nigeria.
I get it. We need people of your talents digging through the dirt, finding this stuff. So don't get too crushed down and broken because I happen to see through your fast sell. And hey, let me show you something, kid. You'll like it. He reaches into his coat pocket, which seems to contain an endless amount of nonsense. You actually hear metal pinging amongst each other. You see it kind of go in a little deeper than it might suggest before he pulls out a Polaroid. It's a stone wall. Old stone.
Oh!
One that's been separated from what it's meant to
I was mentioning the Aztecs
part of,
earlier.
and instead looks like it's in some kind of ritzy art gallery. There's a large circle bulging out of.
So this is one of the worst things you can do to archaeology. Remove them from the original context. It destroys a lot of information that you can find about archaeological objects. Because if you find an archaeological object in a specific environment, that environment will give you a lot of the context. For example, really big example is if you find a tomb in the middle of the desert, it might suggest like, okay, this is like really far away from civilization, or maybe there was a city here one day, like stuff like that. Like that's a very high-end part, but it goes down to the smallest level. It really does. So removing it like that is not very respectful, I don't think.
Wall. It looks high up, at least 2 men high. And I'd like you, if you don't mind, to go ahead and make me an intelligence academics roll. And this will be
Sure.
archaeology, so your 10s will count as 2 successes.
All right, I'm going to beckon to him and say, come on over. And I'm going to sit down at the table and bring a light and peer down at it.
Yeah, sure.
So what's the difficulty here?
I would actually say it's difficulty 5, because this is your realm of expertise.
Okay,
So-
so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 successes total, minus the 1 from the crit fail, 6.
He starts to explain it to you, but you already knew what it was before he gets far into
So
it.
what is it that was bulging at the top again?
A large circle looks almost like
Circle.
the
Okay.
lifesaver candy.
Okay, gotcha.
And-
So like a donut shape.
I
Yeah.
say the
Yeah.
candy.
Oh, I know what this is.
Yes, this is a goalpost of that mysterious ancient Mesoamerican ball game.
I actually don't
One-
know if it was the Mayans or the Aztecs that played this, or both. I know they did have some contact. Not the most friendly, but like, yeah.
That had been played long before Columbus set sail on his bloody voyage. And the wall has clearly been transplanted from its original space to your new friend's personal gallery. So this, I wound up having to get a team of people. We had to push it uphill, right? And let me tell you, they don't make those hills too kind down there in the South Americas. Let
Where
me
is
tell
this
ya.
now?
I got it in my abode, you know.
Rabot.
Your abode where?
Oh, I got it in my actually my yacht.
I see. So
That's
Parker
weird.
just sort of goes straight faced. This is insulting to Parker.
Good on you,
Him
Parker.
These these objects with history like this are practically animate, and whatever affection that he's had for this man has turned into a similar feeling that someone would have learning that they're a kidnapper. That is what this feels like. However, as
Get
I
him, Parker.
recall, I gave him poker face. So he is just
Oh.
going to keep a straight face, and he is going to maintain his interest. And he's not going to let on just how pissed off he is right now. Like, viscerally.
Let me tell you, it was a regular Fitzcarraldo out there.
Uh-huh.
It was insane. Why don't you go ahead and roll me manipulation, subterfuge. Your
All
poker
right.
face merit, if I'm not mistaken, will reduce the difficulty of that, yes?
Dang.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
that'll reduce your difficulty by -2. Those are 3 successes. He doesn't notice. Oh yeah, but listen, I got a boat full of that kind of thing, you know, lots of stuff. I usually don't really do too much with the Mesoamerican sort of thing. I'm more of a got my pedigree in other societies, but you know, I figure, you know, Virginia, it's great and balmy Virginia. I figure it's a good spot to start to enhance my collection. You know, any good.
Is Virginia all that balmy? It's relatively north on the hemisphere, right? So, like, I imagine it's actually not that warm.
Places I should be looking? Free estate dig sites. I might be willing to cut you in.
I'm afraid I have been a bit detached for a little while. You see, I've been working with my parents here for the last 6 or so years, and by this point, most of the dig sites would have rotated, and I just haven't kept in contact.
I understand. Well, listen, here's my card anyway if you're interested. And he reaches in and he hands you a
I like that
rather
Parker's kinda
nice-looking business
Trying to subtly.
proudly states Cyrus Carling, adventurer, historian,
Carling.
collector, archaeologist, Carolingian.
Carolingian.
What, like, of the original, like, Charlemagne's line? Okay, that is quite a pedigree. Very aristocratic, and that definitely makes me think he's a hermetic. Like, 308 Brook Avenue, Norfolk, Virginia. I wonder if that's a specific. You know what? I'm gonna look that up really quickly, out of curiosity. Where is 308 Norfolk, like Brook Avenue in Norfolk? 308 Brook Avenue, Norfolk, Virginia. Let's take a look. That is. You're kidding me, right? That's. Is this the Freemason? It's the Freemason Harbor. Oh, it's near USS Wisconsin. That's pretty cool. One moment. I'm just gonna try and find. Is this the actual address? Yeah, it's the Freemason. Like the local Freemason chapter. That's cheeky. I like it. Very nice. Also, 1066. I see you.
My pop's got our family tree traced all the way back from a good old Louis the German.
Impressive.
Oh, well, thanks.
Louis the German.
You know,
wait, that's
it was a real bitch to get it recognized, I heard, but I don't know. That was a problem for great-great-great-grandpappy or something. Me.
Sorry, I had to think about that for a second, but yes, Louis the German is an actual Carolingian. I think he was. Oh, what was he the son or the grandson of Charlemagne? I don't think he was the son, because the son's got like each a third of the thing of the full kingdom. Which I don't think he got a full third, but he did kind of. I think he became like king of Germany for a while. I think. I'm not the best at figuring out at remembering. Whatever. Sorry. I'm very tired today. I've had a very busy day, so like my words are not always going to make sense. I do apologize. But hey, Louis de German, that's kind of interesting. And also, well researched. Good on you.
I'm happy just rolling in the benefits of an aristocratic upbringing. But really, I consider myself a citizen of the world.
Oh god.
So, what was it that you came into our humble shop to inquire about?
An excellent question. I'm gonna lay it to you straight, okay, kid? You guys got a grandpappy clock, and I'm buying.
Really?
That's right. Didn't your dad show you where it is? Said it was in the back, and you.
Grandfather
You didn't say anything
clock.
specific. Come on, follow me. We'll take a
All
look.
right, I'll follow you. I'll follow you.
Parker takes a forlorn look at the whiskey bottle and starts thinking about it again before leading them into the back.
All right. In the back, there's a few shipments, from your father. Stuff he's ordered, stuff he's sending out. But there's a conspicuous package in black wood, taped up, fragile, that seems like it could contain what you're looking for. And on the manifest, it confirms that. It says here, quite simply, Delmare clock.
Dad, what have you been dabbling in?
All right, is this the thing? Is this the Delmare clock? Is this the thing?
Parker cocks his head, just examining it, and says, I would have to guess.
Yeah, bitch! Yeah! Oh my fucking god, you don't know. You
Is this
don't know, my
weird?
friend. What was your name, Pablo?
Parker.
Right, whatever.
I mean, I'm gonna assume this is a magical object of some stripe, but
I've been looking for this thing for years.
That's a bit of the whole time
It's
thing.
been running from me, dude. It's been running from me, dude.
What is it?
All right. So, back in the day, why don't you crack that bad boy open? I'll tell you the history and you can look at it all pretty.
All right, so he goes ahead and starts prying this thing open.
You're able to get it open pretty easily. And inside is a rather intimidating massage. A dark mahogany. It's beautiful. It's certainly twice the size of you, but it's engraved with these gorgeous hand-carved vines, like it's some sort of open orchard, like there are burnishing fruit carved in trees and along the side, everything. It seems like it's some semblance of life, fruit of the bounty of the earth. But upon closer inspection, it's no fruit at all. In place of each grape, apple and orange, and beautiful piece of delicately carved fruit, there is, instead of the bounty of nature, a death's head. In the very center of this grandfather clock, varnished with gold and what you can only presume as platinum, is some kind of cane with a head like a globe in the shape of Pangea. It seems like that's amid the workings of the clock.
Fascinating. So, a clock immediately makes me think like, time, obviously. And it being Pangea is in the past, so maybe this thing can I would think turn back time, or time travel, or maybe make people younger. That would be an option. What else could there be? I think those make sense. Reversing the effects of time. That does make sense to me. Maybe on objects. That would also be possible. Okay.
All right, kiddo, story time. Once upon a time. It was way back in the day. What does way back in the day mean to you?
He shrugs.
Right, well, it's even way backer in the dayer than that. Right? We're talking like, fucking Constantine times, okay? There was a guy. His name was Delmare. And this guy was one cool customer, right? All the lords and ladies of all the land, they came thirsting for his advice because it was said that Delmare knew a rather intricate secret, that for the right price, that for the right supplicatory subject, Delmare could turn back the clock on you. Could give you more life. More years. And buddy, let me tell you, people killed for that kind of bounty. This thing's found its way through medieval courts the world over. You name a country, it's been there, buddy. So long as that country isn't, past Central Asia, it's not been there. But it's been everywhere else. And let me tell you, it's one hell of an item, isn't it?
It is quite an item, indeed.
Delmare, he wasn't satisfied with just turning back the clock for some would-be nobleman. He would do the whole shebang. There would be pigeons and fireworks and whatever else he could get his hands on. Some great big show of winding back the clock. And that lasted him for a while, until people wisened up. They realized that they still got old, they still got liver spots. And well, poor old Delmare, he was, chained to a cross, set on fire, whole shebang, real bad way to go. But the clock stayed. And the legend stayed too. And I want to see this beautiful, majestic hunk of garbage in my living room. Because quite frankly, I deserve it.
Okay, so definitely hermetic. After all that, the whole it's been everywhere. As long as you count everywhere as Eurasia, And this little, I deserve it. He's definitely hermetic. There's no way he's not.
Parker turns
If he's not a
from him
hermetic, I'll eat my shoes.
and begins more carefully inspecting the clock. And Parker starts examining the finer details, running his fingers over the mahogany.
You see, they said that Delmare couldn't do it, but some people, it's rumored, managed to make it work. Now, I don't know if you believe in any of that hoity-toity bullshit, but honestly, just the idea of it gets me going. So, now you know I'm willing to pay top dollar for it. Pretty good dollar, too. And quite frankly, I'm rich, I'm loaded, I've got the money. So, why don't, buddy boy, you name me a decent price. We'll haggle, we'll gaggle, we'll Google gaggle. And then, once it's in my position, buddy, I'll buy you the nicest drink I can afford.
Huh.
Parker opens the clock, reaches in, grabs the cane. He examines it for a little bit, appreciating its craftsmanship. And under his breath, he allows himself to murmur, "You don't deserve this."
What was that?
No matter what you think of yourself, no matter what you've accomplished, you don't deserve this.
Oh, Parker, that's not a good idea. Is my fist fighting thing about to come true? Because I swear to God, if I keep predicting this, I'm gonna need to actually join the traditions. Like, good lord.
That's just like your opinion, man. What the fuck are you talking about? You don't fucking know me.
I would like you to come with me for just a second. The clock's not going anywhere. Don't worry.
You got a second. But I just want you to know something, kid. I don't cotton kindly to people trying to pull this shit on me. So whatever you have for me, Peter, better be something good.
That's a fun reincorporation of like D missing the name.
He walks over to the front desk and picks up the Polaroid and hands it back to him. And Parker says, "What is this?"
It's a picture.
I know what it is. What is in the picture? What is it really?
What is it really? It's an ancient goalpost from some old-ass, indigenous ball game. And it's really interesting and of great historical and recreational value.
We agree on some points. But this isn't just an object. This was the dream of people. This was what people aspired to, but it also was just something daily to them. It's theirs.
Oh, come on, kid, you're killing me. Everyone aspires to everything. People aspire to become plumbers. You know?
I mean,
you ever seen that kid? What was he on the news? Or some late night TV lawyer?
I mean, my guy, like, if you don't respect your plumbers, you're gonna have a really rough time, well, shitty time, in your yard one day.
You asked him to come to his birthday party? Come on. It's not that deep.
Parker walks back over to the clock and places the cane back inside of it. Turns to this man and says, "I need to speak with my father about this, but he is a bit exhausted right now. That's why I'm here, of course. I'm looking after the shop."
Oh my
We will
God.
discuss a price. I will discuss a price with him. It's clear that he knows more. I will see you first thing tomorrow morning.
Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Kid, there won't be a tomorrow morning. If you... do you understand how long I've been looking for this fucking thing? And every single time I've had it in my grasp, it runs away! And I'm not gonna let that happen. So I tell you what, I want you to imagine a number. Just pick a number. There's dozens of them. Even more than that, maybe. I want you to think of one of those numbers. I want you to give it to me. And then I'm gonna give you that amount of money, and then you're gonna give me the clock!
Oh, I couldn't dream of overcharging you, sir.
Then how about I give you a fucking $5 bill, and I tell you that if you don't sell this to me tonight, you're gonna regret it for the rest of your fucking life.
I doubt there's another regret that you could give me that I'd care about.
Fuck! Oh my God! I think that might have just made him my favorite. Oh my God, you savage! I love you, man. Oh my God. Mad props. Let's go.
Oh, kid. I gotta, you know what? I gotta say, I respect the spunk. I respect the attitude. I respect the ferocity.
Then take that respect and that carpet sample you're wearing and get out of here.
All right. The clock was one thing.
Fight.
My Moby Dick that I've been chasing for years. That was one thing. And the picture and the talk about dreams, you know. I could take that. But then you go ahead and you talk bad about my outfit. And it's at that point I decide, you know what? I think I'm just gonna rob you. And he reaches into his
jacket and he pulls out the strangest gun you have ever seen in your life. This thing is a revolver made out of revolvers. There are multiple chambers on a ring that oscillate underneath it. Strange wires come out of one of the handles into another device nearby the hilt, and he points it directly at you.
So, hold on. So, okay, maybe not a hermetic, looking at this. Maybe part of the Society of Ether. I feel like that is something they would use. They don't have to. I mean, it could still be a hermetic. Don't get me wrong, but like, this feels like something they would use.
Oh, kid, why don't you pack in the clock? I'll get my people to move it in, and then maybe you'll see a check in the mail.
What are the visual influences upon this thing?
This looks like someone made a Colt Python into a Desert Eagle and then hooked it up to a guitar amp, shrunk that guitar amp down, stuck it to the side, and then decided that drum mags were simply too stupid. It needed to be dumber. There's like a ring of like 4 different revolver shots that are there around. It looks like this gun is designed to shoot 6 times and then rotate. Shoot 6 times and then rotate.
Parker is unimpressed. This is embarrassing. Please leave.
Huh? Okay. So he takes the gun and he shoots you in the head.
Oh, is Parker just dead? No, like, like, okay, that's Parker.
Try to
Goodbye.
dodge, my friend.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
All right, so he got you with 3 successes, but you can go ahead and dodge, which would be athletics dexterity.
Well,
So with 2 successes and with your dodge roll, you are barely able to get out of the way of the worst of it. You find that this weapon instead just it almost emulsifies part of your shoulder. All the glass in this room shatter all at once, coming down in this sea of shards as he just pulls the hammer back. There's a he points.
Okay, my question is, did the glass in the clock shatter? I mean, I'm assuming there's glass in the clock. If it didn't, definitely a sorcerous object. I mean, let's be honest, it probably is anyway. But still.
All right.
what is the condition of my shoulder right now?
Essentially, the flesh underneath it seems like it has bubbled and then burst out. Now, you're going to be taking 2 health levels of damage. That's going to bring you down to injured.
Injured,
So
yeah.
you are going to be -1 on all checks until you get that patch done.
Right, so Parker is gonna fucking cut and run.
Understandable.
To try to hide in the clutter of this back room.
All right, go ahead and make me a Dex Athletics real quick.
Okay.
Oh, that's rough. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 successes. You start to run, and instead he just grabs you by the neck, and he lifts you up, and then pushes you against the box, against the clock even.
I like you. I really do. I wasn't lying when I said all those nice things. But this isn't gonna go your way at this point. I hope you know. And the next person that comes down here, they're gonna get a double dose of what you just took. So how about you start working with me here, buddy boy?
With your neck in the grip of a man who
Tension?
represents everything you despise.
Awakening?
In an antique store that you have always hated. With your shoulder raw and dripping blood. And your back against the very object this man would gladly kill you over. I must ask, will you submit? Or will you resist?
Parker is not a person who has historically had terribly much pride.
Mm-hmm.
But in this moment, he finds the strength to gurgle out a couple of words through the grip of this man's fist. And the words he chooses strategically are... Eat shit!
I made him angry. His eyes widen behind his sunglasses. His smile turns to a frown. A shame, kid. I really did like you. And as he moves his gun up, there's a sudden...
How many rings was that? 6?
And he kind of takes a second.
Is that the clock?
I think so.
Supposed to be broken. Huh.
Huh.
Well, anyway, I guess I'm gonna kill you now. All of a sudden, you feel yourself being ripped from this as ghoulish arms grab every part of the body and rip backwards, careening back to some
What is
dark void. Occasionally pitch marked with stars, but mostly darkness until at last you are thrust forward. You are standing all of a sudden on a marble platform. In front of you, a multi-armed specter of death. This strange, spoon-like looking deity, this multi-armed freak, looks down at you with 10 gleaming eyes, and it looks deep at you, Parker, and it says... April 22nd, 2020.
That's the beginning of COVID.
You have the time.
Oh, yeah. He looks at his watch. 7:43.
You observe the last generation to find the secret of history, to find and unlock the secret of history.
Find the sequence?
It makes these strange noises, these strange, unfathomable noises, such twitches around, and you find yourself in this insane, opalescent, glowing hellscape, and then finally, the eyes interlock, all on you. They veer backwards, like segmented sheets, extending out into a flower. And in the center
Spooky.
is a death's head. And it's that looks down and speaks to you. Parker Nickerbocker, you have made history your hobby. You have made it your passion and calling. The secrets of the world lay bare for you to discover. And yet you languish in an antique store. Why?
Parker thinks for a moment. And he replies, because the same thing that animates my passion for historic objects is the same thing that drove me to return to my parents' antique store. To look after them, to care for them. Because there is value in what came before us, and it is important to show care for it.
You lie! You are no caretaker. You live for the adventure. You live for the dreams you have abandoned. You do not find the bliss in your task. You find it a city of shackles.
He stares at the ground wordlessly. He looks at his hands. And he notes every wrinkle in them. He curls his fingers inward and clenches his fists so tightly that he wonders if his palms will begin to bleed.
Interesting.
He looks back up and he nods wordlessly.
I release you, Parker. But only on a single condition. I will give you your life and more on a single condition. To recognize that you are Mount St. Helens. You are Vesuvius and Lassen Peak. You are the thing buried in dirt. And you must rise. You must rise. Collector! We name you Collector!
Okay.
Rise.
Hold on. Before Parker's answer. So a lot just happened. Sorry, I know I've been a bit quiet towards that half of this, but there's been a lot going on. The fact that Parker just kind of goes like, yeah, I have the time, here you go, is wild to me and like fascinating, honestly. And kind of fun in a lot of ways. And also just just this entire sequence. Like, this is probably his avatar, right? At least I would think so. What an avatar! Jesus Christ! Is he about to become a supervillain? I feel like he's about to become a supervillain.
Yes.
Then rush forward and know my name is Earth.
And all of a sudden, the strange pillar, the strange platform you've been on, it begins circling and spiraling and circling and spiraling, and then all of a sudden, in this gleaming flash of light, your eyes awaken with an energy that you haven't had in a long time, and you find yourself no longer in the grip of the man who now is on the floor, his gun broken, his glasses askewed, looking at you, his yellowed white suit now aflush with soot, and you with a staff in your hand, and a few moments to do whatever the hell it is that you want.
Parker looks down at this man, steps over him, squats down, looks at him, and says, I think you will be the first.
Hold on a second, kid. Hold on a second, kid. I've been through what you've been through. I know what you can do right now. I understand you in a way you don't. You kill me, you lose that.
Parker reaches his staff out, places it against his forehead, and the man turns to rough stone.
There's a flash.
Ooh! He really is the
Now locked to the floor of that antique store garage. Everything about him gone.
Parker looks into the eyes of the statue and says plainly, you are about to bear witness to the greatest collection that you have ever seen.
Oh my god! Jesus Christ! The second he gets any sort of power, he instantly goes super villain. Oh my god, Parker! My god, man! What an awakening. This one was very ostentatious, so it's actually very interesting. Both Bill and Parker are relatively ostentatious in their awakenings, while Sybil and Samson have less control and are less less ostentatious. I mean, Samson was quite public, but that's different. Sybil just wanted to go home. Frankly, of the four of them, I think Sybil is the most normal. Like, Bill is like an insane conspiracy theorist. Well, with a monkey as well. Like, Samson is over here cannonballing people. Although Although I guess he hasn't done anything too crazy. And then, well, other than that, and then Parker just instantly turns him to stone. I didn't expect the stone part. I wasn't expecting him to turn people to stone. I do wonder how that works for a build, though. That would be. But yes, let's continue. I don't know if there's anything else.
Thank you for watching this episode of the Norfolk Wizard Game. We hope this episode has brought you down a rabbit hole. Down,
Down,
and
down.
further down still. The character of Parker Knickerbocker is performed by the unfathomable Frederick Knudsen. Speaker D to storytell. Speaker D go back to Grug Cave. If you enjoyed this session, follow us on YouTube at Brava Alphabusa, or consider becoming a patron at patreon.com/Alphabusa. There, you can find sneak peeks at upcoming O Group opening projects, such as Hunter the Parenting, Half-Life Zero Viscosity, and of course, the Norfolk Wizard Game.
Alright.
Thank you again for watching. Grug, watch other video now.
Anything else? I think that's it.
That didn't go how I was expecting, but I'm chuffed.
Yeah, no,
I'm
same.
chuffed.
I hope you enjoyed it.
That was I think the improv rule of saying yes served me well.
Yes, absolutely. I must admit I did feel a little rusty here compared to others, but I think this was
rusty.
fantastic.
I'm
I think
rusty
you-
as well, so
Yeah,
I
I think
hope
this
that I
was-
was.
That
a
was
decent
rusty.
player. I
Oh,
know that I
you
was
good lord,
really
man.
active.
You were delightful. No, and you're
Okay.
going to be learning the system. No, and I this was really fucking cool. Like I thought this was awesome, and you know, I'm really excited for Parker. I hope I gave you what you wanted.
Yes, absolutely. I feel like the character has some proper. I was hoping that during this, I'd be able to find impetus for Parker, and I think that we did.
Oh yeah. Oh, I really like that. I like the direction we wound up in. I think
It's a very cool
psychotic.
direction.
It's. Oh, go ahead.
I'm here for it. If you
Uh,
want,
mhm.
I could give you a suggestion
Mhm.
as to how to build into the idea of turning people to stone.
Mhm.
I would consider taking a dot out of mind or spirit and putting it into life.
Mm.
And I think that like with life 3, matter 3, prime 2, you can turn people into stone.
Mm.
Sounds about right. Yeah.
So you'll be able to work up to that.
Okay. I'll move spirit or mind into life. Yeah.
Yeah, because I wanted to give you stuff for time, and I like your affinity is prime, which is creation. And
Right.
so I wanted to center that, but I also didn't want to just like give you I am the forge god. Like that's I wanted to give you
Right.
something unique and something that I think would suit you and your
And-
stylings.
and
I do-
admittedly, it would have been very funny if his creation version would have been sort of creating objects as they are meant to be. That could have actually been really interesting, like a sort of like an antiquarian who can turn back the clock on items so they are back to where they are where they should be, if that makes sense.
hope I delivered.
Oh, are you fucking kidding me? I was like, I felt so. I'm just like, I've always been the GM, right? Like, I'm always the one who's like weaving these stories together, and like, it took a lot of effort to sort of tamp down my pride and let someone else be the story weaver. Because I'm like, oh, I hope that I'm like living up to it as the player, right? But that's not necessarily what it's about. and I have to swallow that. And in some ways, the arc of Parker during that scene followed my arc as well, swallowing my pride long enough to like know what I want, and I'm like, yes, I and I want to just bask in this.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
Good on you
I fucking
guys.
like it. So, I would like to ask again.
I do like hearing this.
Did you have an idea for what your
chatter at the
avatar
end.
would be like?
No.
Okay, great. So that was your avatar that you just
Yes.
met. I will leave it to you to tell me the kind of thing that you would like it to be, or if you want me to just completely control it and just be like, "Hey, this is what you got. Let me know." I
do like it.
I wanted
leaving
something
it up to
abstract
GM,
enough to potentially
personally.
serve many roles, which
Right.
is why I went full abstract for yours.
Right. No, I appreciate it. I would love to see where you take it, but I feel like in this, Parker has been at war with himself, right? Like he has a sense of duty and of obligation, right? He's a good little boy.
Yes.
And now he's been given permission to chase what he wants, what he really wants, to let that
Yeah, and that's going to be dangerous for everyone involved.
to let that desire take hold, no matter what it is. And
Yeah.
in this case, it's he loves archaeology. He loves like ancient things, and he values them, and he wants them because nobody else will appreciate them right. He is like an abusive lover
Oh yeah.
to these objects.
And yeah, I dig it, and I really like that because by starting in such a dark place, right? Or at least like, you know, Parker's like a good kid, but he's clearly been putting himself last at everything.
Yeah.
And now
and
he's
then
gonna get.
putting
I feel like
yourself
he's going to
first.
get his Spider-Man 3 asshole Parker moment.
Yeah. This
we
is
should
his
stop
arc.
recording.
Oh yeah.
Hello.
Oh, I forgot about the
This
car
is
sections of
Korn
this.
coming at you from an undisclosed location after I had to escape due to my inexhaustible many horrible
me out of
war
here.
crimes. Now, in this episode, we see some stupid fucking librarian or something, I don't know, who has an alcoholistic drinking problem with his father, Orson Welles. He decides to be an antiquarian in his little house in Norfolk, Virginia, when suddenly something stupid happens. Of course, a man comes in with a big hat and a gun. And then horrible stuff happens, and magics and H.P. Lovecraft. One thing that I have to say that I really liked in this episode was, of course, the
End of Call the Rain.
many
It's so
bright
fun.
lights that caused me to have an epileptic fit. And
Oh my
of course, one thing that I didn't like was how the speaker man, he said the wrong word in the beginning. Negative points indeed, my good fellows. In general, I
never know what to say to these
episode
sections. Good lord.
54 out of 64. Bye.
Okay, so that happened. Well, I suppose with that, thank you all very much for watching. I am sorry if I was a little bit more quiet today. I am actually quite tired. I had a very, very busy day indeed. Woke up very early as well. But if you remember, you might see yourself scrolling in the back. Keep an eye out for your own name. Because, well, thank you very much to these folks for supporting me. It is greatly appreciated. It does help me out because I will likely be moving out soon. So any and all support does help me a lot. So thank you guys for that. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Parker is a very interesting character for sure. And I'm very curious to see what else it's going to be. Like what else are we going to see from him, you know. I, I I don't think so. I don't know at what level, quote unquote, they really start. But since they're all very new, I imagine they're not going to be super powerful from the get go, which is going to be interesting. I think. I think that means that effectively we get a bit of a regular human game for like a little while. At least that's my expectation. The next one is called The Killing of Clippy. So, poor Clippy is going to get killed, apparently. So we'll see how that goes. But anyway, enough yapping from me. Thank you all very much for watching. If you enjoyed, feel free to like. If you didn't, feel free to dislike. Subscribe, all that stuff. If you want to check out more, also feel free to check out the links down below of like Patreon, well, not Patreon, Ko-Fi, and like Discord and whatever else down there, Stream and all that stuff. But until, well, blah, 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 words, yes, I can speak. But until next time, folks, see you in the next one. Bye-bye.